Today's reading from the Old Testament, Exodus chapter 11 verse 1 to chapter 12 verse 51. And Yahweh says to Moses, "One more plague I bring in on Pharaoh and on Egypt, afterward he sends you away from this. When he is sending you away, he surely casts you out from this place altogether. Now speak in the ears of the people," and they ask, each man from his neighbor, and each woman from her neighbor, for vessels of silver and vessels of gold. And Yahweh gives the grace of the people in the eyes of the Egyptians. Also the man Moses is very great in the land of Egypt, in the eyes of the servants of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of the people. And Moses says, "Thus said Yahweh, about midnight I am going out into the midst of Egypt. And every firstborn in the land of Egypt has died, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who is sitting on his throne, to the firstborn of the maidservant who is behind the millstones, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there has been a great cry in all the land of Egypt, such as there has not been, and such as there is not again. And against all the sons of Israel a dog does not sharpen its tongue, from man even to beast, so that you know that Yahweh makes a separation between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these servants of yours have come down to me, and bowed themselves to me, saying, Go out, you and all the people who are at your feet, and afterward I go out, and he goes out from Pharaoh in the heat of anger. And Yahweh says to Moses, Pharaoh does not listen to you, so as to multiply my wonders in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron have done all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yahweh strengthens Pharaoh's heart, and he has not sent the sons of Israel out of his land. And Yahweh speaks to Moses and to Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month is the chief of months to you, it is the first of the months of the year to you. Speak to all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th of this month they take to themselves, each man, a lamb for the house of the fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household is too few for a lamb, then he has taken, he and his neighbor who is near to his house, for the number of persons, each according to his eating you count for the lamb. A lamb, a perfect one, a male, a son of a year, let it be to you, you take it from the sheep or from the goats. And it has become a charge to you, until the 14th day of this month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel has slaughtered it between the evenings. And they have taken of the blood, and have put it on the 2 doorposts, and on the lintel over the houses in which they eat it. And they have eaten the flesh in this night, a roast with fire, they eat it with unleavened things and bitters. You do not eat of it raw, or boiled in water at all, but a roast with fire, its head with its legs, and with its innards. And you do not leave of it until morning, and that which is remaining of it until morning you burn with fire. And thus you eat it, your loins girded, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you have eaten it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. And I have passed over through the land of Egypt during this night, and have struck every firstborn in the land of Egypt, from man even to beast, and I do judgments on all the gods of Egypt. I am Yahweh. And the blood has become a sign for you on the houses where you are, and I have seen the blood, and have passed over you, and a plague is not on you for destruction in my striking in the land of Egypt. And this day has become a memorial to you, and you have kept it for a celebration to Yahweh throughout your generations, a continuous statute, you keep it for a celebration. 7 days you eat unleavened things, only, in the first day you cause leaven to cease out of your houses. For anyone eating anything fermented from the first day until the 7th day, indeed, that person has been cut off from Israel. And in the first day is a holy convocation, and in the 7th day you have a holy convocation. Any work is not done in them, only that which is eaten by any person, it alone is done by you. And you have observed the unleavened things, for in this very day I have brought out your hosts from the land of Egypt, and you have observed this day throughout your generations, a continuous statute. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, in the evening, you eat unleavened things until the 21st day of the month, at evening. 7 days leaven is not found in your houses, for anyone eating anything fermented, that person has been cut off from the congregation of Israel, among the sojourners or among the natives of the land. You do not eat anything fermented, in all your dwellings you eat only unleavened things. And Moses calls for all the elderly of Israel and says to them, Draw out and take for yourselves from the flock, for your families, and slaughter the Passover sacrifice. And you have taken a bunch of hyssop, and have dipped it in the blood which is in the basin, and have struck it on the lintel, and on the 2 doorposts, from the blood which is in the basin, and you do not go out, each from the opening of his house, until morning. And Yahweh has passed on to strike the Egyptians, and has seen the blood on the lintel, and on the 2 doorposts, and Yahweh has passed over the opening, and does not permit the destruction to come into your houses to strike. And you have observed this thing for a statute to you and to your sons for all time. And it has been, when you come to the land which Yahweh gives to you as he has spoken, that you have kept this service. And it has come to pass, when your sons say to you, What is this service you have? That you have said, It is a sacrifice of Passover to Yahweh, who passed over the houses of the sons of Israel in Egypt, in his striking the Egyptians, and our houses he delivered. And the people bow and pay respect, and the sons of Israel go and do as Yahweh commanded Moses and Aaron, so they have done. And it comes to pass, at midnight, that Yahweh has struck every firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who is sitting on his throne, to the firstborn of the captive who is in the prison house, and every firstborn of beasts. And Pharaoh rises by night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there is a great cry in Egypt, for there is not a house where there is not one dead. And he calls for Moses and for Aaron by night and says, Rise, go out from the midst of my people, both you and the sons of Israel, and go, serve Yahweh according to your word. Take both your flock and your herd as you have spoken, and go, then you have also blessed me. And the Egyptians are urgent on the people, hastening to send them away out of the land, for they said, We are all dead. And the people take up their dough before it is fermented, their kneading troughs are bound up in their garments on their shoulder. And the sons of Israel have done according to the word of Moses, and they ask for vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments, from the Egyptians. And Yahweh has given the grace of the people in the eyes of the Egyptians, and they cause them to ask, and they spoil the Egyptians. And the sons of Israel journey from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, apart from infants. And a great rabble has also gone up with them, and flock and herd, very much livestock. And they bake unleavened cakes with the dough which they have brought out from Egypt, for it has not fermented, for they have been cast out of Egypt, and have not been able to delay, and also they have not made provision for themselves. And the dwelling of the sons of Israel in which they have dwelt in Egypt is 430 years. And it comes to pass, at the end of 430 years, indeed, it comes to pass on this very same day, all the hosts of Yahweh have gone out from the land of Egypt. It is a night of watchings to Yahweh, to bring them out from the land of Egypt. It is this night of watchings to Yahweh to all the sons of Israel throughout their generations. And Yahweh says to Moses and Aaron, This is a statute of the Passover, any son of a stranger does not eat of it. And any man's servant, the purchase of money, when you have circumcised him, then he eats of it. A settler or hired servant does not eat of it. It is eaten in one house, you do not carry out of the house any of the flesh outside, and you do not break a bone of it. All the congregation of Israel keeps it. And when a sojourner sojourns with you, and has made a Passover to Yahweh, every male of his is to be circumcised, and then he comes near to keep it, and he has been as a native of the land, but any uncircumcised one does not eat of it. One law is to a native, and to a sojourner who is sojourning in your midst. And all the sons of Israel do as Yahweh commanded Moses and Aaron, so they have done. And it comes to pass on this very same day, Yahweh has brought out the sons of Israel from the land of Egypt by their hosts. Today's reading from the New Testament, Matthew chapter 24 verse 1 to verse 22. And having gone forth, Jesus departed from the temple, and his disciples came near to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said to them, Do you not see all these? Truly I say to you, there may not be left here a stone on a stone that will not be thrown down. And when he is sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came near to him by himself, saying, Tell us, when will these be? And what is the sign of your coming, and of the full end of the age? And Jesus answering said to them, Take heed that no one may lead you astray. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and they will lead many astray. And you will begin to hear of wars, and reports of wars. See, do not be troubled, for it is necessary for all these to come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes, in various places. And all these are the beginning of travails. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation, and will kill you, and you will be hated by all the nations because of my name. And then will many be stumbled, and they will deliver up one another, and will hate one another. And many false prophets will arise, and will lead many astray. And because of the abounding of the lawlessness, the love of the many will become cold. But he who endured to the end, he will be saved. And this good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed in all the world, for a testimony to all the nations, and then will the end arrive. Whenever, therefore, you may see the abomination of the desolation, that was spoken of through Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whoever is reading let him observe. Then those in Judea, let them flee to the mountains. He on the housetop, do not let him come down to take up anything out of his house. And he in the field, do not let him turn back to take his garments. And woe to those with child, and to those giving suck in those days. And pray that your flight may not be in winter, nor on a Sabbath. For there will then be great tribulation, such as was not from the beginning of the world until now, no, nor may be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would have been saved, but because of the chosen will those days be shortened. Today's reading from the Psalms, chapter 19 verse 7 to verse 14. The law of Yahweh is perfect, refreshing the soul. The testimonies of Yahweh are steadfast, making the simple wise. The precepts of Yahweh are upright, rejoicing the heart. The command of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is clean, standing for all time. The judgments of Yahweh are true, they have been righteous, together. They are more desirable than gold, indeed, than much fine gold, and sweeter than honey, even liquid honey of the comb. Also, your servant is warned by them, in keeping them is a great reward. His errors, who understands? Declare me innocent from hidden ones. Also, keep back your servant from presumptuous ones, do not let them rule over me, then I am perfect, and declared innocent of much transgression. Let the sayings of my mouth, and the meditation of my heart, be for a pleasing thing before you, O Yahweh, my rock, and my redeemer. Today's reading from the Proverbs, chapter 4 verse 14 to verse 15. Do not enter into the path of the wicked, and do not be blessed in a way of evildoers. Avoid it, do not pass over into it, turn aside from it, and pass on.